Hello and welcome to another video on Connect MVC to Database video series. So this is part 5 where we'll be covering the delete CRUD functionality. So far we're able to do the edit, and you can see the edit, and you have the details, then back to the list. So we want to cover the delete functionality. So let's flip to Visual Studio and work on the delete function. So I'm going to close this. Right, so firstly what we need is a view that will assist us in performing the operation, and we also need a method which will be of decoration HTTP post, which will actually update our database table based on the action that will be performed. So firstly, I will, because we know our student ID is a string, I'll convert that, I'll change that to a string, then also here, and then I'm going to create a delete view. So whenever we click those links, delete link, it should take us to this view. So I'm going to add a view, and I'll select raise a view. Now the template will be delete and student class. I'm going to add that view. So let's just wait for the scaffolding process to complete. Alright, so our view has been created, and so when we click that view link, it will take us to this view and passes student object as a model. Right, so let's go to our database layer. That's where we'll write our SQL statement to actually delete data from the database. So I'm just going to do it after the update method. So public. Now again, this is just an operation, so we're not expecting anything back. So I can either make it a void or an int, so to check if any number of records were deleted. So, but I'll just keep it as void, and I'll call this delete student. And this method takes, we're gonna delete a student based on their student ID. So string ID, and then I will start with my SQL statement. So I'm gonna grab the connection, continue SQL connection, and we pass our connection string. Right, now we need the SQL command that will delete data from the database. So I'm going to say SQL command. I'm going to call it cmd delete, because new SQL command. Just bring it down. New SQL command. Then in here, I'll write my SQL command or delete statement. So this will be delete from, I think the name of the table is students. Then we need the word clause, otherwise we'll clean up our table. So where student ID equals to, then since the ID is a string, I'm going to put it inside the single quotes, then use a placeholder there and pass the ID that is from the parameter. And the second parameter on the SQL command constructor will be the SQL connection. So I'll pass my connection, and that should be it on the command. Now I'm going to go ahead and open my connection. Then once I open my connection, I will call the command cmd delete.execute non-query, execute non-query, and this is what we actually need on this method. So you'll see, same as the update, you specify your command, open connection, execute non-query. So you do this for insert, update, and delete. Right, as you can see, insert, so they look more or less the same. So I'm going to save this file and go to my student controller. Now on my student controller, I need to call the method that will delete the student. So I'm going to specify the ID. So since we have the DB helper class or the database layer object here, I can say DB helper dot delete student, and then I'm going to pass the same ID that has been specified in the parameter, just this one. See there, and then that. So DB helper delete students. I think this is all we need here. And right, so since we created a view, a delete view, and we passed a student model or a student object, so we need to pass that object to the view as well. So it will be of a specific student. So when we select a student, we need that student to be passed into the delete view. So to do that, we already have a method, or we already have a method that can get a specific student. So we can either, I'm gonna copy that because this method works the same way. Copy that and pass the student object there. So I'm going to find that specific student of matching ID and then pass that student to the view, right? And yeah, so I'm going to save and let's run this application and see the results. Okay, we have details here. So let's go to the first one. Say delete. Now it brings up the delete confirmation page, which will bring up the details of a student because we passed the student object to this view. And let's delete. Right, so it brings me back here. All right, it's fine. We'll see what's wrong with that. So if I go back to the list, okay, I still have that. So it means the delete operation didn't take place. All right, let's see what are we missing. Alright, so since we have referential integrity, I think we might have to check on the rules on our database. I'm quickly gonna go to my SQL Management Studio. Okay, let's check the rules that were set up for our tables or the relationships. I'm gonna open this. Let me open student modules. So I'm just gonna open the design. Alright, so while I'm here, I'm gonna go to relationships and then see I have that. See if I can analyze this. So let's go to insert and update specification. So delete rule. Let's say cascade. And suppose let me do the other one. This will be for cascades. Yeah. And then close. And then I can do the same with the lecture modules. So this is fine. Let's refresh that. And let's see. Yes. Right. So let me flip it to Visual Studio. And so without changing anything here, I will just run the project again and see if we can delete the student. Okay, let's try to delete the Alright, so the delete operation is complete. So if I delete the last one, or let's say the second one, right. So far we have covered the four CRUD functionality: the add, the read, delete, and the update. Alright, so in terms of the read, we have, as you can see, this page. We read all the students, and we can read a data of a specific student. Right, so our CRUD operations are complete at the moment, and I will see you in the upcoming videos related to connecting our MVC application to the database. Where we maybe will edit the navigation and maybe use grid and all that. So stay tuned for the next videos, and thank you for watching again, and bye for now.